Stand out.
She left me.
Well, folks, she did it again. She did it again. In the new extended cut of the trailer for November 12th, House of Payne, we see that Calvin says to someone, he's over at his parents' house, she left me. And we flash back to Laura walking out of the condo with a box and her purse on her shoulder. And we don't know why she's leaving again. We don't know if it's for good. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say absolutely not. Laura has left, but it's not permanent. Now, this could be for one of many reasons. Now, keep in mind, we still have that one scene from the trailer, which we don't have a lot of context for. And it looks like somebody walks into the condo and Miranda and Calvin look up quick like, uh-oh, like they got caught doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. Now, it wasn't anything intimate. It looks like they were looking at a laptop and then someone comes in. My guess is Laura. It makes the most sense. But then the question is from there, what exactly happens? You know, does Laura feel some kind of way as always? Because I'm thinking back to how in one of the last episodes we got before the hiatus, when her dad made a surprise visit to the condo, if I remember correctly, wasn't that episode about the shooting that was taking place at a local college or community college or something? And I remember saying, you know, the Laura thing, that had nothing to do with the episode, and they should have taken that out. We should have just focused on the Paynes and Lisa, because I think she said one of her friends was at that school. And that should have been the main focus of the episode, but we kept cutting away to Laura breaking down about, everything that's going on, the drama and Calvin's family and Calvin not looking out for her and this, that, and the third. And her dad giving her a way out, saying like, look, you are not shackled here. You're not forced to stay. If you don't want to, you can always come home. And I'm guessing, I think Laura is in a situation where despite wanting to be with Calvin and whatnot, I think she wants to find any little excuse to leave more than any little reason to stay with Calvin. That's what I think. Instead of just up and leaving, which honestly, I don't know what the issue is. Like, if you want to leave, then just leave. She's going to wait for any petty excuse to look like, Calvin, you forgot to put the top on the toothpaste. Or Calvin, you didn't put the butter on the right shelf in the fridge, and then she's going to leave. And then Calvin, my question is, bro, are you going to run after her again? Or are you just going to let her go? Because at this point, it's like, bro, she's acting like a boomerang or a yo-yo. It's like, it's always going to come back after you release it from your hands. But more often than not, I want to be honest here. I think Laura likes being chased. Because think about how many times she has packed up and left or threatened to leave, and Calvin has either run after her or pleads with her, just please, hey, I got to drop Junior off at school, or I got to do this. Could you please just wait here for me to get back so we can talk? I think those are the moments she lives for, because she's a spoiled, entitled brat who always gets her way, or she's used to always getting her way. So when she feels she's been wronged, rarely, if ever, does she make the effort to meet up with the other person to make things right. They're always the ones who have to kind of humble themselves and bend the knee. And I've made this comparison many times before, but Laura is just someone who gives off that Karen from Sisters energy, in the sense of, hey, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, even if I'm in the wrong, I'm never going to take accountability and admit to it. So the other party, even if I hurt them by my actions, by my words, in order for there to be peace, they're going to have to be the ones to come to me in order to try to work things out, as opposed to trying to, instead of looking for me to come to them to fix things. No. And that's definitely who Laura is. I mean, it's a toxic cycle. And I just feel like, if nothing else, it's going to be some flimsy reason as to why she packs up her things and decides to leave. And then Calvin, just looking at him kind of hunched over on the counter, he has that look on his face like, oh, here we go again. So I'm really curious to see if Calvin just lets her go. And then maybe she is gone for a couple of episodes, because we know Laura will be in the following season. So I don't know if this is a scene from like the season finale or maybe one of the opening episodes, but I'm looking at it from this perspective. I would find it entertaining if Laura is gone and she stays gone for several episodes, but we don't see her again until next season. When she comes back, it's like, why didn't you chase me, Calvin? Why didn't you come after me like you always do? Well, Laura, I thought, this was it. I'm just tired. You say you're tired because how many times have I pleaded with you to stay and we try to work it out and, let's talk about it. Oh, well, there's nothing left for us to talk about. And I'm just fed up with it. And I know at that point, Laura's going to act like she's the victim. And heaven forbid if something crazy happens, like theoretically she leaves, the wedding is called off. Calvin and Miranda get back together or start cordially dating. Then all of a sudden, Laura's going to pop back up. I feel like that's probably the angle the writers will take, where we're going to end the season where Laura leaves maybe 2 or 3 episodes before the season comes to a close. And then that's when Miranda and Calvin maybe give fans, well, the writers give fans what we wanted. These two possibly getting back together. And then Laura pops up out of the blue to kind of ruin it. And I feel like that's exactly what they'll do in an attempt to get fans, engaged. I mean, yeah, fans will be outraged, but that's the point. Doing things for shock value. And if they do it that way, that could low-key be a brilliant move. That will, yes, tick off a lot of fans. But when it comes to Laura, what exactly do they have to lose? They already know the fans don't like her character. And they've been wanted her to leave in order for Calvin and Miranda to get back together. So why not tease us thinking that these two are about to get back together after Laura makes her 15th exit from the show, only to then come back and complicate things. But yeah, what do you think about it? And honestly, if she does leave and Calvin does tell his family about it, I wonder what the reactions will be from Ella and Curtis. Will they be like, well, it's, about time, and that's good. I never felt good about her anyway. And would Ella even tell her son the truth? Like, you know what, Calvin, if I'm being honest, I never really liked her in the first place. And then that could be an eye-opener. So maybe that could lead to Calvin and Miranda being back together. But only time will tell. So with that being said, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If Laura makes her exit, as the trailer indicates, will this be her final exit from the show? Will Calvin go chase after her? If he does not, will she feel some kind of way about it? And will this possibly lead to giving the fans what we've always wanted, which is Calvin and Miranda getting back together?